Hey everyone, Teo here. This video review of the Soundpeats H3 wireless earphones is going to be much longer than the YouTube shorts that I have already published because I have more to say about this. And I also want to compare the H3 with the Soundpeats Capsule 3 Pro Plus that I have been using for more than half a year. First of all, disclaimer, this is a review unit provided by the company, and in this video I'll just present to you my findings so that you can decide whether this is worth the money. These earphones will be launched officially on September 18, 2025, and the official retail price is $129 but during the launch promotion you can get this at $85. If you're watching this video in Singapore, the earphones are already out on Shopee SG, selling at 153 Singapore dollars. And if you use the Shopee link that I have in the video description below, you can get this at around 107 Singapore dollars. Alright, as usual, let me give you the bottom line up front. The audio quality you can get from the Soundpeats H3 is pretty amazing considering the price point. I was able to hear details that I didn't pay attention to when using my other earphones. The clarity is fantastic, there's even some soundstage, and the bass is something you can feel. It's great that nowadays you can get really good audio quality without spending too much money. Active noise cancelling works quite effectively, call quality is good, transparency mode isn't that good but still usable. The earphones can be paired to two devices simultaneously with Bluetooth. Shown on the screen right now are the many audio codecs that are supported. Downsides, this design is a bit unusual because unlike most bud-style earphones, this shape is not rounded off, but it's still comfortable enough to wear. The transparent body design is pretty cool, and you can even see the 12mm driver inside. So the other downside is there is no proximity sensor, so when you remove this earphone from your ear, the media or the song that you are playing will still continue to play. So those are the main pros and cons, and I like these earphones a lot because they sound so much better compared to the Soundpeats Capsule 3 Pro Plus, which is even more affordable. But if you can stretch your budget slightly, I highly recommend you consider the Soundpeats H3. Alright, on to the full review. Let's look at the items included in the box. This is the packaging box. So these earphones are using the Qualcomm QCC3091 chip with Snapdragon sound. These earphones are said to have high-res audio, but this marketing label doesn't have much meaning nowadays because even lousy earphones have this label. And these earphones support LDAC. These earphones are only available in black. In the box, you will find a card that tells you where you can download the companion app Peats Audio from the Google Play Store or from the Apple App Store. This is the user guide. There are some beautiful stickers. There's of course the charging case, the earphones, and in total you will get 5 sets of ear tips with different sizes. And lastly, there's a USB-A to USB-C charging cable. Let's take a closer look at the design of the charging case and the earphones. So this charging case is quite small, it's compact, and you can fit this easily in your pocket. The cover is glossy, the bottom part is matte, and I like the gold-like trimming. It makes this charging case look really classy, and you can see the gold words. Here the difference, and you can see the texture here. And the cover is translucent, so you can see into the case. So this is a pretty cool looking charging case, and that's the charging light indicator. So let's look at the earphones. This transparent housing design looks really cool, and if you look inside here, you can even see the 12mm driver. It's the circular thing that's inside, and if you look really close, you can actually see the glue that's used to glue the top and bottom half together. I like the color. They use a lot of gold-like color to make this look rather classy. And let me just remove this part here. This nozzle here even has the extra texture to hold down the ear tips so that there is no way the ear tip can dislodge when you pull this out from your ear. This silicone ear tip is not too soft. I don't like those that are really soft. So you can choose the correct size, and this will provide very good sound isolation. And together with the active noise cancelling, it can filter out external noise very effectively. You can actually see some of the mics. One is for calling, one is for noise cancelling, and I'm not sure what the other one is for. Now, one thing that's missing with this earphone is there is no proximity sensor, which is a really convenient feature to have. Without the proximity sensor, when you remove the earphones from your ear, media will still continue to play, so you have to pause the media manually yourself. The lack of the proximity sensor prevents these earphones from being almost perfect. This bud style design looks and feels more bulky compared to the stem style design, which I actually prefer. But this is still lightweight enough, and the design here is actually still quite comfortable to wear, so I'm already used to wearing this. But between the two, I probably would prefer this design, but this design is not a downside. The earphones support touch shortcuts, so you can read the manual to learn the shortcuts. Now, if you look really close at the transparent case, you may see some glue. This one still looks alright. The other one seems to have more glue. The earphones have IPX5 rating, which can prevent water from getting inside. And I hope the sealing is good, because if moisture does get inside, there could be mold growth, and you will be able to see the mold growth because of the transparent housing design. Audio quality is fantastic. There is good detail with the treble. I was able to hear details that I did not pay attention to when using my other earphones, the Capsule 3 Pro Plus. So these earphones are capable of bringing details to the front. There is good stereo and even some soundstage. The bass is decent and something you can feel. The audio quality already sounds fantastic to me out of the box, but if you want to EQ the sound, you can do so. You can choose from the different presets from the Soundpeats app, and there are many presets to choose from. Or you can customize the EQ yourself using the sliders. Let's see what else you can do with the app. You can check the battery life of the earphones. You can enable or disable noise cancelling. And there are 4 noise cancelling settings you can choose. Adaptive noise cancelling, indoor, outdoor, traffic mode. This is normal. And even with normal mode without noise cancelling, the sound isolation provided by the ear tips is pretty good. It's better than what I expected. There is transparency mode, which doesn't work as well, even with voice enhancement. So even with voice enhancement, I find sometimes to be quite difficult to hear what other people are talking. If you enable dual device connection, this will use up more battery power. And if you enable LDAC, this will also use more power, but it's definitely worth it to enable LDAC, which will give you better audio quality with compatible devices. This phone that I'm using has LDAC, so I can get LDAC audio quality, which is nice. There is game mode for low latency connection. If you do not want to use the touch control, you can disable touch here, and here you can customize the shortcuts. You can use the touch shortcuts to increase or decrease the volume, and also use the shortcuts to enable or disable noise cancelling, which I will do sometimes just to get longer battery life. The advertised battery life for a single charge is 7 hours, but based on my experience, it's actually around 4+ to 5 hours with ANC. And according to the company, you can get a total of 37 hours with the charging case. This case supports fast charging, so you can charge the earphones for 10 minutes to get 2 hours of battery life. So to conclude, I like these earphones a lot because they sound so good and they are not too expensive. If you have been following my audio reviews on my YouTube channel, you will know that I prefer budget earphones over the more expensive ones, even if they sound much better, because the battery capacity inside such earphones is small. And if you charge them continuously, if you run up the charge cycle, the battery can deteriorate quite fast. And these are, in my opinion, disposable earphones. So for disposable earphones, you don't want to spend that much money, and hopefully the battery inside this can last. The battery inside this one still works really well even after 6 months, so hopefully the battery inside the Soundpeats H3 can last long as well. Another advantage of inexpensive or affordable earphones is if you lose them, you will not lose too much money.